Hello guys, Louis from France. Now the truck has more than 20 hours of hard crawling, trailing in the forest, and you can see it. Yeah, it's a nice truck. Very whatever people say about this body, which is a mix of for the body Ford Bronco and for the grill Chevy. But on some aspects you can also see since the body is quite long, and I think it's a Jeep also. But I think it's not a scale body, but it can be. It can have a look of scale body if you take your time painting it. Yeah, it's good. So first tip: when you receive the truck, the motor, and with the gearbox are assembled. The first thing is to disassemble this, check the slip, and also grease your gear. You have to do the same thing for the axle. Is regarding your servo, which operates the change between the one low gear and high gear, and also the fact that you can lock or unlock your diff. And many people have reported that servo can burn out because people don't take time to check their endpoint adjustment on their radio controller. So the servo is constantly forcing. So check your EPA, very important. So that was the tips 2. It is regarding the drive line. So look at this truck. Many people have said that it is not a competitive truck because you have some slop. This is the slop I have. Yes, this is the slop I have. The tires. When you have the kit, they provide you 10mm screws. It can be a pain in the ass to mount the beadlock because I think the screws are too short. So I have obviously started with 2 longer screws, 16mm each. Screw the nut. But the tires began to go out the beadlock. Even I could put the nut on the 10mm screws. So that was not a good experience. So I did the same thing but with 14mm screws. And as you can see, yes, the screw is going a little bit out, but it's easy to maintain that way, and especially easy to put your tires inside the beadlock, so without any problem. And what I did also is inside the beadlock, I put, it's like a big shim, and the center hole is the same size of the this. That way, this part and the other part are in contact, and I cannot screw more. Regarding the shock, you run on water, on mud. I have put the top of the shock in the bottom. That way, if there is some mud, it can be easy to wash it here. Trashness do not go on the shock shaft. I'm running straight axle. I have indeed broken the portal axle, not the axle, but just here, right at the collar of the axle. And we did not find any solution with Cross RC and with a partnership with MIP. So I decided to change my axle with a straight axle, and that has been I think a very good choice, personal taste, obviously. It gives a more scale look to the truck, and now the axle are much stronger. The tips for the steering, it's here. It is here. When you follow the kit, they tell you to put a straight plastic rod end. But if you put a low profile servo horn, it's not the geometry is not quite good, so you can replace the straight one by the curved one. You have many like that in the kit. And also, if you have in the kit, the top of the screw, the top of the head of the screw is here, and the screw go through the ball, through this part, and stop here. So this is not a strong design, because you have all the stress here, and the screw. Can bend, actually. It could bend and tear this plastic part. But if you put a longer screw like that, with a flat head, in contact with this plastic part, and the net there, I think it is stronger. Personal point of view, but in terms of physics, I think it's stronger. Your axle that we have here. If you decide to change from portal axle to straight axle, you will have this axle, obviously. You will have here the axle that goes through the link, the screw, the diff, and you have this part that we can see here. Sorry, you can see here. And when you mount all those things, and you put your truck on the ground, you will see that the tires are moving like that. And indeed, if you look closely, you will see this where there is the axle. It's collapsing a little bit, because there is no support here. There is indeed the axle which goes through the differential, and which is supported inside this part with a bearing, but here there is no bearing. So I have tested. So we go again here, and my advice is to take a bearing from your portals, you unscrew, and you have two bearings inside it, and you can reuse it. Those bearings you put. It's a bearing like that. It's 10 millimeters and by 4 millimeters, and I think it's 5 millimeters inside all. You put it like that, you push it, and now the axle have a support here. This is very important when you for the durability of your truck. With the kit, you have a screw which is the same size that the front one, so which stop here. Okay, so it bites the plastic, and that's all. I don't even know if it bites this plastic part of the, but that's all. So not very strong, and you will notice that you have a lateral play actually of the axle. So you replace this screw by a longer one, and you put a nut here. And no lateral play. See, the truck is now for a 35 ton motor. It is bulletproof now. I mean, if you don't jump this truck like you would do with the Traxxas TRX4, you can go everywhere, and yeah, it's a very pleasant truck to drive, and also it's a very quiet truck. Yes, very at least or even more quiet than the TRX4, and there is no comparison with the Red Cat Gen 8 or Scoot. And the gear are done still pretty durable. The gear, I think. But this is a quite quiet truck. You can trail in the forest, and the animals are not afraid of your truck. Huh? Okay, guys. So for the moment, 6 or 7 tips, I don't know, but that was all. And yes, to conclude, you should really think about this truck before buying a crawler. So for the price, I paid it $300 or $350 shipping costs included in France. I've just changed the ESC 1080 Obi-Wing. I've put a shift servo, okay, and I have changed the straight axle. It was $80. And also tips: if you plan to run in mud or in loose terrain, wet, humid terrain, change your truck. Black rock tires, I think it's good for rock surfaces, dry rock surfaces. That's all, I think. I did not have a good experience with those tires on wet surfaces, loose ground, so I changed with them on, which are $40 on eBay. Put the link on one of my videos, and I put Injora foams. It's like $15. So yeah, you can have not even the price of the TRX4, and we have a fully upgraded truck, very capable for the price. That I will soon complement by adding a little interior. I am thinking about some seat, obviously a wheel and a driver, but that's a surprise. Obviously, I cannot tell you who will be the driver of this truck, guys. So, hope you enjoy the content. Bye bye.